こんにちは、皆さ
こんにちは。
ん。森です。
シリです。
このチャンネルではアニメのリアクションを中心とした動画を投稿しています。時々英語、時々日本語での会話が特徴になっています。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
今日は、地球の運動についての25話のディスカッションをしていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。最後のエピソード、森さん、どうだった？
ついに終わってしまいましたね。
最後の気持ちは、なんかエピソード終わったら、どんな感じの気持ちだった？
ね、なんかもうずっと受け継がれてきた地がね、もう最後の一瞬のためにね、あったと思うと、なんかちょっと切ないけど、繋いでいったんだなっていう嬉しい気持ちがありますね。
そうですね。僕は。
それ以上はね、僕が感じる、なんかもっといろいろ考えがあるみたいだから。
なんか2日ぐらいずっと考えました。なんか、それめっちゃいい。面白いなので。
ずっともうなんか僕にメッセージ止まんなかったもんね。じゃあ、いろいろ話していきましょうか。
そう。
じゃあ、水上。
じゃあ、英語で始まります。Hello everyone. So, first of all, the ending. Oh my God. I kept thinking about it for 2 days and I couldn't stop thinking about it. It was so inspiring for me. And I think everyone who likes chi or orb, they were really impressed by the quality of animation and quality of storytelling. I would say
that is best part.
The most important part. Everyone was impressed. Many people did not understand what's happening at the end, and to be honest, I did not care much what's happening. How did Rafal come back? I was not much worried about it because the idea, the concept itself, he was just walking in the road and somebody uttered Chikyu no Undo ni tsuite,
the
movement of the art, and somebody was just saying random things and he was just, oh shit, what happened like this? So I thought about it afterwards and then it became very clear. It was very simple. I will give a short answer first and then when we discuss more, I will clarify this short answer that I'm going to give. The beauty of the ending was that it felt like a magic realism to me, the reality and the fiction mixed together in such a way that it feels reality but also magic. So let me explain the final idea that I finalized was that it's so perfectly written. It's kind of like a circle. At this point, it's not even full circle. Think of episode 23, 24, and 25 as a epilogue, but also as a prologue. You can immediately start watching from episode 1 again. So it's like a snake eating its tail. But the thing is how beautifully it is done. So let's watch this part that we liked, and from there I will go into more explanation. What I mean by prologue is epilogue and epilogue is prologue. So what is the Japanese word for prologue and epilogue, the ending part and the beginning part?
プロローグとエピローグで。
そうですか。OK。じゃあ、ちょっと見ていきましょうか。残り時間 We have 2 videos to show in different parts. 残り時間
10分6秒のところ。
10 minutes 6 seconds from the behind.
アルバートが話しているところですね。
コンフェッションの話のところ。
告白室で。
じゃあ、
見ていきましょう。
1、2、3。
神に向き合わなければならない。そして孤独に問い続けなければならない。自分は神に認めてもらえる存在なのだろうか。でも、いくら悩んで問うても、神は口を開かない。
Look at Albert's face.
そうですよ。だから永遠に私たちは考え続けられるのです。
This is an important moment.
幸福だと思いたい。
What is happiness here? He understands something in this point.
最後に一つ質問です。
one question?
効果を捧げれば、
ああ、そうね。これね。
This question is very
税を
important.
捧げれば、権利を得られる。労働を捧げれば、報酬を得られる。なら一体、何を捧げれば、この世のすべてを知れる。どう思いますか？
いや
So this is a very important question.
ー、うん。
And I also want to ask you guys, what do you think is the answer? Of course, I will give one of my interpretation, but I might be wrong.
うん
And this is the beauty of art form.
うん、
It's so subjective.
そうだね。
So you can give your answers, please.
そうだね。
We would be
コメント
happy
で
to
も
know.
ね。いやー、
So,
うん、はい、
So yeah, I think like this is a very important part where Albert starts thinking about this question because of his backstory, right? His father got killed by his favorite teacher.
うん、なるほどね。
And then he stopped fearing looking at the sky, just like Okuji,
うん、
the fear that he has.
そうだね。
And then finally, these questions give him what is actually happiness. It's about keep thinking and keep going on thinking.
うん、
So immediately I want to show the other parts as well before going to the discussion. So the other part is
一つのパートは、残り時間8分8秒のところですね。
はい
まあ、似たようなパート、近いパートですけど、アルバートが、なんだ、星をもう一回見れるようになるシーンですね。
so
で、星座を
so
見て
this one we have to watch, keeping in mind the question: what can you offer
大オファーを。
to obtain the truth?
うん、OK。
Mm.
じゃあ、もう一回見てみようか。
So,
はい。じゃ
I
あ
think this is where he remembers.
この世の美しさのためなら、犠牲はやむを得ない。僕は何があろうと、君の好奇心を否定しない。
うん。Then he killed his father.
Yeah.
Our
But
father.
look at Albert's attitude towards his sensei.
うん。
He is sympathizing with his sensei as well. You will see
あ
now.
あ、まあそうだね。ああ、so
So beautiful.
beautiful.
先生、
うん。ああ、ここね。
この世の美しさを追求したい。そのために何か犠牲になっても構わない。
Unavoidable. Sacrifice is unavoidable.
うん。
はっきり言って、僕も同意見です。
あ
Same way. He feels the same way.
あ、うん。
美しさに到達できなかった。
But he disagrees with the method.
うん。
この世のすべてを知るために、
I don't know yet.
捧げればいいかなんてわからない。けど、隠そうとする父さんを、
Also not like his father.
うん。
有効じゃなかったことだけは確かだ。
そうだね。
僕らは足りない。
We all lack
だから
something.
補い合える。そうじゃなきゃ、この世界には挑めない。人間は社会的な動物だ。先生、僕もタウマ善意を感じます。
うん。
それを肯定し続けます。あなたとは違ったやり方で。疑いながら進んで、
This is
信
important.
じながら戻って、
Believe us, Tom.
And doubt.
ひらめきに
Kirameki.
詰めてみせます。
Like, first of all, like,
いや、
there are so many coincidences that happens all along our life
うん。
and miracles. There is a
Mm.
big conversation of miracle happening all over there. So if you guys have noticed since the first episode that I've been wearing this Kirameki t-shirt, right? So in the most important sentence of this anime, there is this word Kirameki, which is inspiration in this
Inspiration
meaning.
in this meaning. うん。
I think this is also a miracle, right? But you have to recognize that this is a miracle moment
うん。
or this is a coincidence and Thomazen, right? So, like, we have to wonder that, okay, is it a connection? And if it's a connection, how can I get inspiration from it?
うん。
So I think this is a very fundamental part. This is the beauty of existence, the magic realism, because you don't know when the magic happens and when the coincidences happen. You just have to keep thinking about it. Just like at the last moment, I think we also want to see that moment as well, in which the question mark appears at the end. Maybe we will go there after a bit. So there is a very famous sentence about existence from René Descartes, the philosopher. And he says, Cogito ergo sum, dubito ergo sum.
これ僕知らないね。
あ、知らないか。
いや、待って、日本語訳な。
日本語で、this is cogito ergo sum in Japanese is, I don't know, I'm sure this is known to Japanese as well, but I don't know, like.
我を思うゆえに我ありね。
So, if you try to connect Albert's, just what he said right now, Sensei, I don't know what is the right thing to do. I know that, and I will doubt my action, and I will look back to the inspirations and also knowledge to confirm. So, Albert himself is doubtful. He's saying that, okay, what is the answer here? To know the truth, what can I offer? He is not very much sure, like Rafal, that I can kill for truth. And then Rafal's father is also, no, I will not give you information. Albert's father. So, cogito ergo sum means I think, therefore I exist. What is existence? So, to me, the basic thesis of this anime is the magic realism of existence, and cogito ergo sum, dubito ergo sum, and dubito ergo sum means I doubt, therefore I exist. I think, therefore I exist. I doubt, therefore I exist. That's what fiction and reality is, like not 100% sure, not doubtful, but then they keep thinking about it.
Then existence.
Thinking is the happiness, existence here. And then, like, what can we offer for truth? I think what Albert choose here is a sacrifice, because he said the sacrifice is unavoidable. You cannot avoid a sacrifice for.
I agree that Raphael's thinking, not the method.
Not the method, thinking. So, what can be sacrificed here? I will come to this answer. Let's watch the last moment, and then the final discussion can start. We are going to.
時間は3分56秒。
Sorry, yeah. So let's play from this point, and this is the last play.
ここのね、一番重要なシーンね。
The most beautiful moment.
ここに住んでた人とかかな。だってこんなの身に覚えないよ。権利書、以下の著作物が出版された際、利益の1割を贈与します。なんて気持ち悪い。しかし、この本ってやつの題名もなんだ？地球の運動についてって。書き違いかな。運動するのは典型だし。なんか怪しいな。出版されるって本が同封されてるわけでもないし。
Didn't even send the book. All of these are important information for Albert. This is like the perfect ending for this anime. Let me explain why. So, our reality is shaped by our thinking. So, after ending the anime, I really wanted to know about Albert Bruzewski. If I'm making wrong pronunciation, please forgive me for the wrong pronunciation. So, when I studied about his life, I learned a lot of things about his way of thinking, and I tried to understand what kind of personality he grew up after this moment. So this moment ends. No, of course, it's research important because I want to know what happened in between his life and death.
You mean that also the real his personality, also fictional
personality
in this
I
anime.
tried to merge it. And so what I found that of course this is not a true event, of course this is a mixture of no one knows what happened in the history, right? So I just studied his life and I saw that he became a fictionalist. So the fictionalists, they come up with stories to explain difficult things, make believe stories, so that, oh, I know a backstory and now I can explain this thing. So what Albert did in the next 20 years was that they also give an explanation here that he teach in the university and everything. But then I think the idea of this moment kept inside him and he keep thinking about it, try to understand like, how did the book never got published? It's also a big question, like where is the book? Because this is such a unique name of the book. Someone sent a mail and the book never got published. What happened to the book? So he keep thinking about it, and the unusual title give him an idea that what if this is the research? And then he already had this respect from his sensei that, okay, I will choose a different way. Maybe there were people who actually history doesn't know, but they worked for this information to get published or something. So he thinks that what if he already expressed his idea that heliocentrism, geocentrism might be wrong, heliocentrism, doubts about heliocentrism and everything. So then I think what happened is like he respected his teacher to the extent that he thought that this is a reality in which Raphael kills his father. But what if there is a reality in which he dies for the truth?
I see.
In one reality, he kills for the truth, and Albert wants to think that another reality, Raphael wants to die for the truth.
So what you want to say is that in this anime, from episode 1 to episode 23 is the what about thinking.
Yes. And it's a fiction. Because he became a fictionalist in his later life. It's a fiction. We have all been watching from episode 1 to 23, the book or the fiction that is named Chikyū no Undo ni Tsuite, and it is written by Albert. And Albert wrote this book as a fiction, and we are watching this from episode 1 to 23. That's what I meant by prologue is the epilogue is the prologue. So this is the ending, but this is also the beginning, that 20 years later he wrote this book in which he respects that, okay, in this reality, what do you pay for the truth? You pay with your ego. That you die for the truth, you can die for the truth, you are ready to share the rights of knowledge to others. His father did not wanted to share the rights with others, and Raphael did not wanted to like wanted to kill for information. So he reversed it in his book, in his fiction, that in this reality Raphael will die for the truth and the truth will survive because all the unknown people will be sharing without ego, sharing and sharing. So sacrificing ego, what are you willing to sacrifice? Sacrificing the ego and sacrificing your own betterment for the sake of knowledge or truth. I think this is how he rationalized for 20 years, and at the end he wrote his famous commentary about the planet's movement in the Wikipedia I read. And then at some point Copernicus got to read it and got influenced by his sensei. Maybe he was like also it was maybe also a Thomasan moment for him. So I think like all we have been seeing is a reality which is a fiction from Albert.
I see. That's a very interesting like analysis, I think.
Yeah, I think like for me this was like really I mean prologue is epilogue, epilogue is prologue is not a very wow moment for me, as opposed to the beauty of the whole journey of 23 episodes. But the moment I realized that, okay, this is just like the full circle, that made it even more better.
So
But I love the magic
So,
realism things.
you mean this moment, the Albert thinking is the actually ending
and the beginning,
but also the beginning of what he thinks. 我思うゆえに我あり。
And then we go to the episode 1. You will see the episode 1 starts with the same question. What can you offer? So this book is kind of like the answer. What can you offer to obtain the truth?
そうだね。だから、その話を聞いてたから、I see. Because the Albert hear the one from the guy,
Yes.
confession guy.
Yes.
That's why it's kind of novel for
Yes.
written by Albert.
Yes.
So that's why the fourth sentence of the novel is the word.
And what can you like asks the question, the confessor, the father asks this question, and this is the answer.
That's so なんかそれが
This is so beautiful.
そうだね。
Like there are so many themes, like from episode 1 to 23 we already saw that this is such a beautiful story. But the last 3 episodes made it like, oh, this is like so beautifully connected. Only really like literature, I would compare it with like greatest literature, some great literatures, and like so many themes and everything. But the way they compose, the organize, the categorize the whole story, Uoto-san is like a genius. I think like the ending makes me like completely surrender and say that he is a genius. He is genius. This and you have to really feel and thomazen to understand this ending. That is another part, that he made us a participant in the thought experiment to appreciate this. So great.
Yo, I'm not sure you already noticed or not, but I also give one tips that the letter, can you guess the letter which the guy is come from?
Potocki's letter?
Yeah.
Where does it come from?
Yeah. It's...
Oh, for me it was not very important. I thought that this is a random event. This is just a miracle event that was said.
It's actually not miracle event because you remember the Draka got the letter from Yolenta.
Yes.
Then the Draka finally released the letter to the people. Then what if the letter is about Potocki? The letter come from the post officer, and then post officer give the resident. Then Albert hearing about it. Then it's so completely come true. Actually,
the thing is like at this point we don't know if Draka existed or not.
Because
if it's a story. So, but this is also the beauty. Like the thing is like, if you see the episode 24 when he goes to the scientists place, like there are so many scientists talking about many different inventions. There is one character who looks like Yolenta. So I think like there are all the characters are there, and after his interaction with many people, because we can see actually in the last scene when he was connecting, he was fearing to look at the sky just like Okuji. And also Badeni also has a similarity with Rafal to some extent, the second Rafal. And then like all of the characters that we know in episode 24, 25 are actually present in a different way in first 23 episodes. So in case of Draka is probably an inspiration from people he knows. So I think like the most mysterious part about this is that this was probably true, probably not true.
Yeah.
It was a fiction, but at the same time, it was a reality. Uoto-san said he wanted to say, tell a strange lie. So it's definitely a strange lie.
Yeah.
And maybe the fiction happened, maybe the fiction actually happened, and then somebody realized this and then wrote the same thing again. It's like deja vu. Like the same thing happening again and again in a loop. And the miracle is said here as well. We talk about it. Like, so
also, like, it could be reflect our reality. You know, we say this is current world. We are living the reality, but maybe it actually not. Like our reality, like many people think about it, like what is this reality exists? Like it could be the dream of one of
maybe
people.
when we sleep, that is the reality.
Yeah. So then, like, we cannot say what is real, what is not. So like we can reflect this kind of thinking from this anime.
So much.
Yeah.
Like,
so amazing.
Like just episode 25, like the other episodes, the themes, like I don't know like how we can explain so many things in if we do a series review, like so many things to discuss. I think like we have to find out a way to do it.
If we like realize like your idea that what we see in a first what we see the anime for the first time and second time is completely different, I think because like I just come up with one idea. If we accept your idea, I mean the story from episode 1 to 23 is
a fiction from
album, maybe Okuji
yeah
is the kind of about itself himself.
That is what I was saying. Exactly, that is what I'm saying, that Okuji is part of Albert, and then I think Yolenta is also part of Albert. Doraka is also part of Albert. They are all coming from his own experiences, and also like 20 years of things. It is also possible that he actually wanted to say the heliocentrism theory, but he didn't write it directly. He wrote it through a story. Maybe he invented, maybe he discovered already, because he said that moon is always on showing us the same face, not the other side. It's one of his theory. So it is possible that he already discovered it, but he didn't wanted to. He always said that I will doubt myself. So he wrote it in a fictional way to tell his way of strange life or his heliocentrism theory. He expressed it in a story.
すごいね。
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it is true that because when the book was not published, he can think that there are so many hidden heroes in the history whose name we will never know. We get the research, we take it for granted, but there are so many sacrifices for the research. This inspires my research as well. Like I am really, really moved by this anime's ending for my own research, for which I have like strong belief that I want to do my own research, and I believe in my research going through my journey now. So this is so inspiring, which is Kirameki, and it's also another miracle. And yeah,
Miracle also kind of, we can say
Kirameki. Really? Oh wow. What are the chances? Kirameki. So
まあ、anyway, like, yeah, すごい物語でした。I think like this story is great because about what if about things like heliocentric, so many hidden people in for the heliocentrism.
Yeah.
Then Uoto-san think about what if, like kind of what if.
Yes.
So
It's a meta. It's called meta analysis,
yeah.
meta projection or something. That's why I said like epilogue is prologue, prologue is epilogue. It's a snake eating its own tail.
そうだね。
Yeah.
Yeah. じゃあ、ウォートさんの想像力、インスピレーション、きらめきに、感謝を示して。
So we ourselves experience Thomazen. We ourselves experience miracle. We ourselves experience while watching this series.
そうだね。だからウォートさんのこの作品、アニメに出会えたことも、kind of きらめき、ミラクルでしょ。
So I think we can end by saying what you say in the first episode's first beginning. このチャンネルでは時々
ああ、なんで
to make a full circle.
ああ、まあなんか
Because
それ
this
は
is
ちょっ
kind of like
と、
our episode.
まあちょっとなんかそれはなんかチープな気するけど、まあいいか。じゃあ、はい。
So, no, first we have to thank
うん
all the people who have seen our
うん、
reviews
そうだね。あり
and
がとうござい
always
ます。
comment and give your nice opinions about us.
そうだね。
Also not nice, you can also like give your disagreement, agreement. We are all welcome. Art is subjective, so we
そうだね。
really look forward to your
Sri
comments.
John's opinion is kind of one of part of reality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, 皆さんのね、それぞれの、この、地球の運動についてのアニメのなんか考察とか意見とかが、それも皆さんの一つのリアリティだと思いますので、
そうですね。
ぜひ皆さんも
いいですね。なんか、
コメントしてもらって、いろいろディスカッションできればなと思っています。このチャンネルでは英語、日本語、いろんな言語で、それぞれが自由に話す、あれみたいね。We can say freely talking like the house where Rafael invite Albert.
Yes, yes,
でしょ
yes. The institution, the
そう
platform.
そうそう、プラットフォームですか
And
ら。
also,
まあ
I think,
うん
therefore I exist. I doubt, therefore I exist.
うん、そうだね。だから、水上の意見にダウト、疑問を思う人は、ぜひコメントしていただいて、まあ、この素晴らしいアニメの活発なディスカッションがね、できればいいなと思ってますので、まあ、この後、これは25話の考察でしたけど、この後、全体の考察、まあ、あと、知の、このアニメのそれぞれの名言とかを、ちょっとピックアップしてね、僕
We
な
are
りの、
We are not ending Chi
う
that
ん
soon.
うん
We think like it needs to
So-
be researched more.
うん
So we will make
This anime has a value to discuss more, not only finish only
25
25
episodes.
episodes ですね。なので、まあ、引き続き、このチャンネルが面白いと思った方は、ぜひ、高評価、またチャンネル登録の方、よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
では、ここら辺でおしまいにしましょう。
はい。
またねー。
また。